A few years ago, I worked as a freelance photographer and got booked for a small wedding in a mountain resort near Free State. The couple offered to cover a 2 night stay, so I arrived the evening before to scout the venue and crash early. The hotel was old school, 1930s colonial vibe, lots of wood piling, antique furniture, and those creepy ass oil paints of dead people you just know are still haunting the place. They gave me the room 313. Thing is, when I check the emergency exit map on the back of the door, I always do that, force of habit. The map only went up to room 312. There was no room 313 listed at all. My room was supposed to be a blank space, like a storage closet. I brought it up to the receptionist. She hesitated, then said something like, "Oh, it's one of the older wings. The map probably has not updated." I did not push it, should have. That night, around 2:30 a.m., I woke up freezing. The heat was on, but the air felt wrong, heavy, like it had weight. Then I heard tapping, 3 taps, pause, 3 taps, coming from the inside of the wardrobe. I sat up, heart pounding, and just stared. I convinced myself it was pipes or something. Old buildings make noise, right? I got up, opened the wardrobe, empty. As soon as I shut the door, the TV behind me flickered on, just static, volume crunched, no remote in sight. I yanked the plug out of the wall. It kept playing for a few seconds after that, then snapped off. That's when I noticed it. The oil painting above the bed. A woman in a black dress, hands folded, staring down with hollow eyes. I had not really looked at it before, but now the face looked clear, sharper, like it had changed. I looped out, went to the front desk, and told them I needed a different room. The receptionist did not even look surprised. She said, "Okay, sorry about that." The next day, one of the housekeepers asked me which room I had been in. I told her, 313. She went pale. Then she said, that room was sealed after guests went missing in 2011. No door on the hallway side. The only way in is through the fire exit stairway, which is how I got in. They never found the missing guest, just some scratches inside the wardrobe and a shear of something red on the carpet. I checked the hallway again before I left. No room 313, just a wall. The Calloway family had lived in the same house for generations. A grand old Victorian home with winding hallways and rooms that whispered when the wind blew just right. When Michael and Clara moved in with their 8-year-old daughter, Sophia, she knew it needed work, but they were excited to continue the family legacy. The attic was the first place Sophia explored. Dust coated the forgotten trunks and furniture dipped in white sheets. In the far corner, she found a wooden dollhouse, an exact replica of a home. "Mommy, Daddy, look," Sophia called as she peered inside. Each room was crafted, filled with tiny furniture and eerie little dolls that resembled them, a miniature mother, father, and child. But something was off. There was a fourth doll, a small figure in black standing in the corner of the attic room. "Sophia, don't play with that thing, it's filthy," Clara said, brushing off the uneasy that crawled in her stomach. But Sophia was fascinated. Over the next few nights, they had her talking to someone in her room. "Who are you playing with, sweetheart?" Michael asked. My new friend, she smiled. The lady in the attic. That night, Clara checked the dollhouse. The black cloaked figure was no longer in the attic room. It had moved to the miniature version of Sophia's bedroom. The next morning, Sophia woke up with deep scratches along her arms. Sweetheart, what happened? Clara gasped, inspecting the wounds. The lady was upset, Sophia whispered. She says the house is hers. Michael and Clara decided to lock the attic, but the next night, Clara woke up to the sound of creaking footsteps above them. Michael grabbed a flashlight and climbed the attic stairs, only to find the door open. The dollhouse sat in the center of the room, its tiny windows glowing with an eerie golden light. Inside, all the dolls had moved again. The father doll now lay in the hallway, face down. The mother doll in the kitchen, arms raised as if screaming, and Sophia's doll. Now there were two Sophia dolls standing side by side, one smiling, one grinning too wide. Michael spun around. Sophia, he called, heart racing. He answered. He rushed downstairs only to find Sophia standing at the bottom of the stairs, staring at him. She was not alone. A second Sophia, identical in every way except for the hollow black eyes, stood beside her. Mommy, Daddy, the first Sophia said, her voice trembling. She came out of the dollhouse. The second Sophia tilted her head and whispered, now we can all be a family. The lights flickered and then everything went dark. My uncle was walking down a lonely dirt road one day. He came upon a man who was also walking down that road. The man looked at my uncle, and my uncle looked at the man. The man was scared of my uncle, and my uncle was scared of that man. But they kept on walking, and it began to get dark. The man looked at my uncle, and my uncle looked at the man. The man was very scared of my uncle, and my uncle was very scared of that man. But they kept walking, and they came to a big woods. It was getting darker, and the man looked at my uncle, and my uncle looked at the man. The man was really scared of my uncle, and my uncle was really scared of that man. But they kept on walking, and deep down into the woods they went. It was getting darker, and the man looked at my uncle, and my uncle looked at the man. The man was terrible scared of my uncle, and my uncle was terrible scared of